And probably like you, I cut apart a 2-liter bottle, right, and filled it full of plant matter, and then glued that thing back up again, and watched while this whole system emerged. This world was created. You know, this world that rained upon itself. It was amazing. It was really incredible. But you know, it was also closed. It was closed within itself. And I think a great analogy in teacher professional learning is this one-to-many model, this idea that knowledge resides in one person and is disseminated to others. And those others are really just recipients of that knowledge. That's a closed system in my view. So what does a more open ecosystem of teacher leadership look like? So I was thinking, again, you know, in the biological world, you know, that this is where ecosystems reside for me. And I was thinking about photosynthesis and this idea that actually this amazing process in which light energy is turned into matter. Like, how incredible is that, right? And it's turned into matter that continues to grow and expand. And in some ways, it's boundless. And I think for teacher professional learning, the analogy is this many-to-many model, this idea that essentially we're all teachers, and like many others before me have said at this podium, you know, we're all learners and we're teachers and we're able to do both. And so what does this look like? What does the many-to-many open ecosystem of teacher leadership look like? Well, luckily we have great examples like Paul Allison's Teachers Teaching Teachers. That's one. Another is the Cooperative Catalyst blog, in which teachers are able to really write about in a multi-authored blog the issues that are important to them and also advocate for the issues that are important to them. We also have examples like InkChat, like Minu Rami talked about, the P2PU School of Ed, whose motto is, if you have an idea, start a course. We have the National Rhyme Project's Digital Is Space, and I feel like it's all powered up by this Creative Commons ethos. And as well, I would say NCTE brings us together here in this room today. And so, what about this term open? So what does that mean? Well, I would say that an open ecosystem is one that's writable. In fact, if we think about having a writable future, then that means that we have the ability to make changes through our writing. And I would also argue that an open ecosystem of teacher leadership is remixable, that it's hackable, and that you can mash up the ideas and the knowledge that you're exposed to and make it your own. I would say as well that those open ecosystems must be democratic. They have to be equitable and multimodal. And as, again, others have talked about, we need to be able to learn not only alongside our colleagues, but alongside our youth, and in a variety of formats. They're about agency. They're about the ability to hack whatever system we're within to make them our own, to create the rules that make sense for us and for our different organizations that we're a part of. Like Bud, I believe that inquiry is a subversive act. The ability to formulate a well-formed question, one that is about your practice, and then to find those answers, I mean, that is a truly subversive act. But as much as it's about writing, as much as it's about creating the web, it's also about listening and being cognizant of the voices that are not being heard, the ones that really need to be part of the conversation. So how do we reach out to those people? It's about building coalitions. It's about finding like-minded, not just individuals, but like-minded organizations, and coming to common cause, organizations like the PLP network. And that can happen not just in your classroom, but it can happen at the district level, it can happen regionally, it can happen nationally, again, with organizations that have national breadth. And I would say that really, in the end, it's about growing nodes. And I don't mean that in like a medical, like, wow, weird growing nodes. I mean in the sense that, you know, give yourself the opportunity to be serendipitous, to go in unplanned directions, because that's what happens when you grow those nodes. And that can happen, again, via your work teams that exist locally, again, regionally, but of course, through your external networks. Those are the ones that tend to be the most serendipitous. But see where they go, you know, in those smaller teams. And so my charge to you would then be to go out and start building those open